Hello, I'm Ross Twiddell from Cultaholic.com and welcome to all the WTF moments from last night's fantastic episode of Friday Night SmackDown. An episode that was so good, as far as I could see, there was only one bad thing on the entire show whatsoever, and that's the fact that big baldy bastard Baron Corbin versus Elias is still a thing. Apart from that, everything else was bloody fantastic, and it's happening, everybody. It's happening. The train is pulling out the station. Tamina won. Rest in peace, Howard Finkel. Hit the intro. WTF! And so right at the start of the show, we learned that last night's WWE SmackDown was live, which means, since it's taking place in Florida, it's still essential programming. And that's weird to me when you realise that some of the people, the human beings that made this essential programming happen on Monday with WWE Raw were deemed not essential a couple of days later by WWE. Could you imagine appearing on something that isn't really essential, only for the company that is putting on this thing that isn't really essential to release you a couple of days later? It absolutely stinks, doesn't it? And then we have Nikki Cross calling Goldberg versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania 36. An amazing match. Now, professional wrestling is subjective. The beauty is in the eye of the beholder. There is no wrong answer when it comes to what you like in the professional wrestling, unless it's Goldberg versus Braun Strowman, and any Goldberg match here in the year of 2020. As a man who was a WCW child, I just kind of do Goldberg in the year 2020. Therefore, Nikki Cross's comment there has got to be a WTF moment, so it has. Just watching him breaks me heart so much, man. And then we have Michael Cole saying that Bayley has held the SmackDown Women's Championship for 188 days, and Bayley, who was on commentary at this point, said, "How, Michael? What about those combined days and whatnot?" And don't you get me started, Pamela. Ugh. The way Michael Cole would throw numbers around willy-nilly would keep me awake at night, Pamela. And finally, he's getting it right, and you're questioning what he's saying. Don't confuse him again, man, Pamela. So then we have Sasha Banks attempting to put a really small shirt on the body of Tamina, and then Tamina, with all of the charisma Clint Bobsky could ever dream of, she replies, "This is a small. I'm an extra large." And I know that a lot of you non-Tamina train ticket holders will be sat there at home expecting me to make this a WTF moment because Tamina, being funny, gets out of town. Well, no, you can stick that thought right up your arsehole, because quite frankly, this is a WTF moment because Tamina's an extra large. What with me? She's a big trainer, isn't she? Like the Eurostar. And then we have Corey Graves asking Bayley, did you just admit that the fans have lost respect for Sasha Banks? And then Bayley replies, nah, those fans, they're all stupid idiots. Pamela, the gimmick infringement from you right there, pal. You're supposed to be a role model. I can't believe in that sort of thing. And then Tamina only went and beat Sasha Banks with a super kick, as if that's a professional wrestling finishing move here in the year 2020, further proving just how fantastic Tamina is at the professional wrestling. And I can't believe it, everybody. The train is pulling out the station because Tamina's now got a shot at the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Whoa! Oh dear. Made a grave mistake, Corey. And then we have a direct quote from Corey Graves when he said, "I don't think anyone gave Tamina a fighting chance outside of herself." Corey, man, you dick! Tamina, she's a train with millions of passengers, and I, as the official conductor of the Tamina train, woo-woo, would like to officially ban you from ever stepping foot on the Tamina train. No fines, no nothing, straight ban. How dare you not believe in Tamina, you numpty? So Lacey has banned Sasha from her fist. She will not use her fist on Sasha. That's what that means, doesn't it? And then we have Sheamus, who says right to the face of Michael Cole, "Tell me there, Maggle, what's your major malfunction now?" And no wonder Michael Cole didn't say anything in reply to that question from the Celtic Warrior, because where the bloody hell do you start with that question? We'll be here all pissing week. Jeffrey James Cuthbert Hardy, you might be thinking that broken mirror, condom wearing Mojo Rawley has faded away and classified himself as obsolete. Obsolete! But I work with Adam Pacitti, which means you're reminded of Mojo Rawley and that particular facet of Mojo Rawley's gimmick history, if he even has one of them, every single pissing day. So just like Pamela earlier in this episode of Friday Night SmackDown, I'm here to call out your blatant gimmick infringement, pal. Quite frankly, Jeffrey, how dare you? But also fair enough, because who cares about Mojo Rawley outside of Adam Pacitti and Les Gronk? The Gronk. But then we saw what was a fantastic promo package about the fall from grace of Jeffrey Hardy, and quite frankly, I felt like I was watching an episode of Dark Side of the Ring. It was that well put together and that really, really real feeling. Oh, it was good. But if you were to ask me about Ross, what is one thing you did not expect to see on this week's episode of Smackity Down, and I would point you in the direction of that video there. That famous video clip was partly on last night's Smackity Down Live, Friday Night SmackDown. Drugged Jeff Hardy shoots on CM Punk is the name of that video there. If you want to go and watch it in full, it's on YouTube. But bloody hell, aren't professional wrestling stories the best on a different level completely when they're drenched in realism? Well done, WWE, for that promo package last night. I cannot wait for next week's installment when we learn about the resurrection of Jeff Hardy. Good stuff. Wow. WWE superstars will climb the corporate ladder at Money in the Bank. The match begins on the ground floor of WWE headquarters, but the briefcases will be hanging all the way up on the roof of the corporate tower. Grab the brass briefcase. Quite frankly, they are giving us more silly bollocks and I cannot wait. Although, just like you at home, I am also very scared that they're going to do way too many of the Boneyard, of the Firefly Funhouse, of this kind of thing here, that they're going to become a little bit too much. Less is more here, please. Less is more. But just think about it, man. Supermarket sweep, Noel's house party, Dick and Dom into bungalow, that commercial from the Attitude Era, all wrapped up into a lovely, chaotic, little, messy bow. Cannot wait. Well done, WWE, for some more outside the box thinking. But it will be interesting how they do this match, because when I heard how it was being done, announced on last night's SmackDown, I was thinking surely the winner will be the first person to find a staircase nobody else is using. Quickest to the top wins. Gonna be interesting, isn't it? This is about fighting, not dancing, said Dana Brooke to Naomi. And I was thinking, Dana, you never bloody win. You're always going that. This is about fighting, not bodybuilding, you numpty. And also, during your entrance, you do a no-hands flippity-doo thing. And that is one of the sickest dance moves on the sickest of all the dancing streets. And then Dana Brooke went and pinned Naomi. Dana Brooke beat Naomi clean. The end is nigh, the end is nigh, time to run away, the end is nigh. So then we have Corey Graves speaking about Dana Brooke and how she will need all of the luck on her side to win at Money in the Bank. And then we have Michael Cole, who chirps up and says, Corey, my best friend in the entire world, do you know who has all of the luck on their side? It's Otis. Because he got Mandy. Michael Cole, do not put the achievements of that beacon of hope for all of us fat lads with the man titties down to blind luck. There is nothing fluky about Otis getting Mandy, because quite frankly, Michael Cole, look at all that beef. We've heard all the lies, but when will we hear the truth, said Glitchy McGlitchface, but this time it was about a lot of tag teams in WWE today. But shockingly, the last tag team we saw on that package there from Glitchy McGlitchface was The New Day, and WWE do not dare split up The New Day. They need to be the one stable in WWE history who buck the trend and never ever turn on each other. And yes, I mentioned it at the top of this crappy video, but big baldy bastard Baron Corbin versus Elias is still a thing. Yay! And then we end with not only Big E winning the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships in a singles triple threat match. That's a thing that happened. It's a WTF moment. But also, and I doubt he very much cares, but Big E licking a set of WWE Championship belts. He's taking a big risk there, isn't he? You know why, don't you? I'm not going to say why, but you know why. That's it for your WTF moments from this week's episode of SmackDown. It was fantastic. More of this, please. I can't wait for Money in the Bank. Bye.